My boyfriend lied about what he did on his trip. He hooked up with his ex. Hello, just need a space to get how I feel about this situation off my chest. Might be a long one, so if you're reading this, apologies in advance. I had been with my boyfriend for almost 2 years. I saw myself with him forever, and I believed he felt the same. We did everything together, holidays, birthdays, nights out with friends. We were always invited to each other's activities. By the way, this comes from Glass Membership 8392 on the OKstorytime subreddit. So this year, however, he used over half of his time off work booking a trip to visit the college he studied abroad at in America. He never asked me if I'd be interested in going, but since his friends were graduating this year and it would be the last time he'd get to see them, I didn't take this personally and assumed he wanted time with just them. When he was there, he told me that he'd organized drinks with a friend from one of the societies he used to be in. I asked who the friend was, and he told me it was a girl called Rachel. Based on previous conversations I had with him, I know he slept with a girl called Rachel, so I asked if it was the same girl. He said it wasn't the same girl, but they did have the same first and last name. He also told me that he hadn't ever slept with this Rachel, but that they had kissed. In order to settle my discomfort at my boyfriend meeting up for drinks with a girl he had history with, I asked whether she at least knew he was in a relationship. She didn't. I asked whether she might think it's a date if that's the case. He said, yeah, she might. She's like, well, there's no way to fix that.
Yeah, you know, she might because, like, I'm
told her
a
to.
hot guy and I'm taking a girl out to do it, you know.
I asked him whether he could at the very least tell her, and he said something along the lines of, she saw I was here and asked me for drinks. I feel rude saying I have a girlfriend. I stuck to my guns and made it very clear that it's inappropriate for him to meet up with a girl when she may think it's a date. He got defensive and started telling me he was just gonna cancel on her and saying things like, she just shouldn't have told you. My mate's girlfriend lets him go for drinks with girls he slept with. I thought you'd be the same, but I guess I was wrong. Wednesday rolled around, the day that we were supposed to go for drinks, and I asked what his plans were. He told me he was going out with the uni friends he had gone to visit. I asked if that meant his drinks with Rachel were off. He said, yeah, I told her I had a girlfriend, and then she canceled a few hours later because she was busy. I thought about rearranging, but probably best to leave it. Brilliant, I thought. She knows about me, which was what I wanted in the first place, and now she's canceled. I assume because she did think it would have been a date. Throughout Wednesday evening, we were arranging when and where I'd pick him up from the airport when he came back, over 2 hours drive, LOL. On Thursday, just before midday, he was texting me how much he missed me. I had a gut feeling throughout this entire time that something wasn't right, but I trusted him and took him at his words. I feel like he's texting her. He's like, I miss you so much. There's nothing that I have to share with you, but if I did, I'd probably feel bad about it.
It's amazing that him being like, I miss you so much, babe, made her go, yo, something's not right. I don't think that's right. Something's wrong here.
Off. She's like, you've never done that before.
This guy was literally trying to go on a date with another girl. Now he says he misses me.
The switch up's too quick. He came back from the trip and I drove to collect him from the airport. He wasn't very well, so I spent the next couple of days looking after him. Once he was feeling better and was less jet-lagged, I told him that the way he reacted when I brought my feelings up about him meeting up with a girl he has history with who doesn't know about me was not fair. I felt as though they were valid and they should have been listened to, and either he should have rectified the situation based on them or explained to me why there was nothing to worry about and put my concerns at ease. He apologized. I also told him I found it hard to believe that Rachel isn't the same girl he slept with, considering they both have the same name. If you're gonna lie, do better. Choose a different name. And only one person with that name exists on social media. He told me he lied because he didn't want to annoy me any more than I already was. I was mostly annoyed that she didn't know about me. If his relationship status was transparent to her, then obviously I'd have felt a bit weirded out, but still ultimately I trusted him.
Bro, you told the most annoyingly stupid lie.
Just so transparent of a lie.
Told.
Yeah, just so obviously a lie. And she was like, dude, what?
Yeah.
And you were like, no, it's true.
It's like trying to lie that the sun is up when it's not by like shining a flashlight on somebody.
Yeah, you're like, no, trust me.
You see there's light,
daytime.
The sun's out. Ready? Don't look at it though because it'll hurt your eyes.
After a long chat, I chose to forgive him. Why? He keeps lying to you.
Leave this man.
Leave him.
This guy sucks.
He's a liar. He promised he understood why I felt uncomfortable with her not knowing about me, and and that it wouldn't happen again. I'm sure he does understand why you're uncomfortable. I think he also just doesn't care. He also acknowledged that the lies he told to maintain this lie were bad and that they'd never happen again. Things like, the one night stand Rachel was blonde and this Rachel's brunette. She had dyed her hair since he last saw her.
You should leave this guy out of pure principle.
He's so stupid.
Yeah, you can't. This guy's a liability.
Honestly, if a man lied this poorly to me, I'd be like, wow, you're dumb. I'm not attracted to you purely based off of how dumb you are.
Your head is full of rock.
A couple of days later, Rachel followed me on Instagram. I requested her back. If this is my boyfriend's friend, it makes sense she'd follow me, right? She pretty quickly unfollowed me and deleted my request. I messaged her asking why she did this, knowing deep down that she must have something to tell me, and told my boyfriend she had followed me. His response was, "You'd get on to be fair." It's like, nah, but you guys would like each other. The following day, he suggested I blocked her. I said that wasn't going to happen in case she chose to explain why she followed me and then unfollowed me. The day after that, my boyfriend was sat next to me when I got a DM from Rachel. It said her and my boyfriend hooked up while he was on holiday there. I'm in shock. I didn't expect that to happen.
Can you tell how absolutely shocked we are that this guy did a dumb thing with Rachel?
Initially, he said he didn't know what she was talking about, and then said he did hook up with her.
He probably tried to lie. He was like, I don't even know Rachel. Rachel? I don't know anybody named Rachel.
Her hair is red. She dyed it.
People can't change their hair.
Everyone
so that's how
knows
you know
that.
I'm legit.
I told him to get out and that we were over. He told me they just bumped into each other one night when he was out with friends and kissed at the bar. I told him to leave, and he left. Rachel went on to tell me that she never found out about me from my boyfriend. She had been working and he and his friends went into the place she worked. They chatted for a bit, but she was busy, so she couldn't talk for long. When she checked her phone after her shift, she saw he'd contacted her and they organized drinks. He never told her about me and she never canceled. They went from bar to bar and eventually back to her flat where they had spicy sleep and he stayed the night. What? This man lied about canceling on this obvious date?
Who would have thought that the guy who's one of the worst liars ever also made a terrible lie when he said, that'll never happen again?
But I perceive this pretty obviously that he's cheating. My boyfriend had still never mentioned that he slept with her. For health reasons, I had to text him and ask him if he used protection with her. He hadn't.
Boo.
Rachel!
Boo.
Rachel!
Yeah.
Girl.
Rachel, wake up.
Rachel,
wake up. You gotta use it.
protection. What is this?
You gotta put the Jimmy on.
The 1800s? Get that protection in there.
The 1800s?
I don't know. They didn't have protection.
I'm pretty sure that it wasn't really popular until what, like the mid 20th century?
Nor was it popular in the 1800s.
I know, I was saying it became more popular.
In the 1800s?
No. Okay, we're moving on.
I was obviously very hurt and upset. However, I also felt relieved that I hadn't been going crazy. My gut was right. My uncertainty about why he hadn't mentioned me to her was warranted, and the reason for his defensiveness was clear.
After the first Rachel lie,
Yeah,
I'm
that
out
first
of there.
Rachel lie, I'd be like, girlie, no.
After he tries to go, she's Rachel, but not the same Rachel, but they do have the exact same name. I'd be like, hey, there's the door.
I feel as though he never invited me on this trip because he knew he wanted to have another 2 weeks of being who he was when he was at uni there. By the way, you can be whoever you want to be with us every weekday at 3 p.m. PST on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok.
That's
Just
right.
tap our profile.
That just, as long as you're with us, we don't care who you are.
We don't care, but we have more to discuss. What do you think? What's going on here?
I don't think you need to like go out of your way to get vengeance. Rachel didn't know anything. The only vengeance you could take would be on this stupid idiot that you were dating, which it happens to the best of us, but leave his ass.
Definitely don't get back together.
In the past.
But there is a little bit left to this story. I may be wrong, but the entire cheating situation seems so premeditated. Him messaging her, choosing not to tell her about me over message, continuing to go from bar to bar, choosing to not mention me in those hours they spent drinking, choosing to go back to hers, etc. That it's hard to know where the plan started. I'm going to be so honest. I don't think he's smart enough to make a plan. I feel incredibly betrayed. I never thought he would do something like this to me. Not only the cheating, but the lies and the gaslighting. I cannot understand how somebody can do that to someone they're supposed to love. I know I'll be okay and that he isn't the person I thought he was, but it hurts so much. And that's the end of that story.
Well, sometimes, things hurt, but brighter days are ahead inevitably.
And also hopefully brighter minds than this guy.
It was looking real dim.
But that's the end of our story.